Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Kay Cote, and I'm your podcast host here at Action Coach in Central Texas. Today, we have Mark Cunningham, owner and technical recruiter at the Bidding Network, as the guest on our show today. Today, we're going to be talking all about his business, his journey to business ownership, best practices, and challenges that he's faced on his journey to business ownership. And we're going to give you a sneak peek to what it's really like to own and operate a business. If this is your first time on our channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when we drop episodes like this one. Hi, Mark, and welcome to the show. How are you today?
Hey, Kate, pretty good. Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Well, it's so good to have you on the show. I'd love to hear a little brief about you and then tell us about your business.
So, my identity professionally and almost kind of personally is I'm a technical recruiter. I started in the profession in 1995. Sometimes we don't know what we're getting into, and I got super lucky because that was the beginning, really, of the IT information technology kind of boom in a way. And so, in Austin's market was kind of taking off. You had IBM in Tivoli back in like 1992, I think, and then some startups, given a Trilogy's presence here in Austin, started to kind of take off. So I was with an agency at the time in 95, and I was doing pretty good. And then the moment came to where kind of a pivot in a career. Do you want to try to go up management track or even start up your own business? And so I left in 1999. And I went ahead and took the plunge, so to speak, and work from a contingency standpoint. So when you go work on your own, you can be a contract recruiter places, or you can just go find a job as an internal recruiter someplace. I went the agency route, which is a contingent model that companies compensate you a percentage of the base salary when someone's hired.
Mm.
So needless to say, 2 years later, I got completely destroyed in the dot-com bust. And that period of time was August, September of 2000 to April of 2004, believe it or not, almost a full 4 years. So that kind of put me out of business. But since then, been hanging in there specifically for Austin's labor markets, but also Houston, a couple of other Bay Area, New York City as well, too. And it's just something that we enjoy. And then slowly over time, we've built a small team. We're 3 core members. Like my main, super close guy, we're almost like business partners in a way, is Troy Rudolph. He's been with me for 11 years. And then our other senior recruiter, Caleb Garens, he's been with us almost 6 years. And they have a passion for this profession as well. And they love reaching out to people, presenting opportunities to them that they might find interesting. And in doing that, you build nice networks. You build strong networks of people, and then people start referring you to folks. So we kind of have a little referral engine that goes too, that we've really created organically. So that's kind of what we do. And we just keep a pulse on Austin's market. As you all know, things have kind of crashed in the past couple of years, and they have not come back in a way. But whenever companies have a hard hiring needs and they're having a hard time finding the right kind of talent, we have enough of a brand name to where a lot of times companies come to us and want to work together. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that the brief, about you and the business.
Yeah.
What does your kind of like your day-to-day role look like? I'm very curious. Are you more in the business, on the business, a little bit of both?
I'm still very hands-on.
Mhm.
I do get lots of invitations from people, and I politely decline all of them on scaling an organization, branching out certain marketing services and stuff like that. But every day we wake up, and Troy, Caleb, and I, and we've got a couple of interns too, we get messages from people that they might be looking for jobs, or we get companies, people that we've worked with in the past. I mean, Kay, if you and I have known each other, let's say since 2012, and let's say I'd found you a couple of jobs or something, and then you went to a company that had 17 openings across the country, 4 of them were in Austin, and they were struggling, you might think of me. And you might say to their VP of HR, hey, this guy I used to work with. So we got a lot of that going. We have a strong brand. And our day consists of doing calls with software engineers and IT professionals who are going on job searches. And then we hear what their needs are. and then we try to match them with our current client base. So I'm still very just hands-on. I don't work in any executive function or something like that. I don't have a title of managing partner or principal talent acquisition architect. I'm a headhunter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for sharing that,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm always curious too, like how are your competitors comparing with you in this market?
Well, believe it or not, in the boom times, and boom, mean 2019 to 2022, that post-pandemic tech just exploded, where you
Mm,
had a lot of fancy recruiting firms kind of emerge too, and lots of different interesting services beyond just recruiting, candidate pipeline management and all types of advisory services and stuff. I'm not sure how a lot of those firms are doing these days.
mm,
There were even some AI talent platforms and whatnot. I mean, uh, everyone's kind of got a little hurt. Yeah.
mm,
But the
mhm,
beauty of the contingency model, especially for local firms, if we just have, hell, 4 to 5 positions to work on a monthly basis, we're still kind of alive and kicking, you
mhm,
know, that type
mhm,
of capacity. But yeah, uh, it, like all professions, everything is kept quite polite and from a collaboration standpoint, when I bump into other recruiters, I'm always happy for them. I'm glad that they're doing well and stuff.
mm,
We don't partner too much with other agencies and stuff like that. And we really aren't too concerned with who their clients are and stuff like that type of thing. You know what I mean? Just our own ecosystem. We do our best to keep it alive, keep it growing as much as possible, and serve it, find a way to, help them out. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Well, thinking about our listeners, what is one thing you wish folks knew more about your business?
We keep it so simple in our service offering. Uh, we we think people have a pretty good idea of what our business is. We help them when they're on a job search specifically. We work with them. We provide candidate-focused job search experiences and whatnot. We provide our client base to them and everything, and we explain the process to them. We never send them anywhere until they give us permission and stuff like that.
Mm,
And
mhm,
it's full-time opportunities only. They're aware of that too. Dan, that's a good question, Kay. In terms of if there were other things I wish candidates knew about us, there honestly isn't. It's pretty damn simple. Yeah.
mhm. I love that. Well, this leads me right into, we love to touch on the topic of marketing because we like to hear how businesses are marketing themselves out there. So what would you say your marketing pursuits are focused on now? Are you like social media, LinkedIn? What's kind of working for you?
Well, believe it or not, we have never, in 26 years, we've never done any form of formal marketing services ever. Our biggest marketing tool might be the blog that I write. I'm very fortunate. I've got a large audience where they follow my posts and whatnot. And, for instance, in one day, I'll open up our little chat room there. Let's see here. Yeah, in one day, we got, I think, close to 600 reads. This was
Hmm.
read 600 times. And let me find where's our little chat? Oh, here's chat. Bam. There's a story about a 67-year-old DevOps engineer, site reliability. He just landed a job for $175,000 a year. And I explained that. Knowing how strong ageism is these days and tech professionals over the age of 40, how much of a struggle it's been for them to find work lately. A 67-year-old guy lands
Wow,
that job. And wow.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. And that kind of actually leads perfect into this. Like, I like to touch on brand storytelling. You mentioned you have a strong brand earlier, and it sounds like, you have the blog and you have things that you're building your brand around. Like, how important is brand storytelling to you in your business?
It's important. We want to when people are looking for a job, we want to just give them a very good experience to where they remember us. And by a good
Mhm.
experience, I mean a healthy client list of opportunities, maybe of some firms that they find interesting. And then the fact that they know they're not getting sent to jobs at company.com, that our contacts are the chief technology officers, the VPs of HR, you know, and that they bypass these large candidate pools, and that we serve as an advocate for them, that we go to companies and say, hey, we think you ought to talk to Rajesh. You know what I mean? A really solid software engineer. So that type of experience, they know that we're on their side. And then they also know, should we get to the offer stage, we do everything we can to get their best and final offer from the company. I've got great relationships with the clients, and I do take them to the point, Kay, to where you could say to me, if you're a client, Cunningham, there's not another damn penny on the table. Okay, done. This is it. Hey, thanks a ton, Kay. I go back and I let the candidate know we got their absolute best offer. They're like, damn, thank you. So that type of thing. So it's just a good experience at the end. I've got to keep her name confidential, but she's a pistol. We care greatly for her. She was part of a layoff at a company. She was looking to pivot from software engineering to solutions engineering. She was out of work. We got her a 10K bump in pay. We got her a guaranteed 30K bonus. So in other words, she's going to make 40K more than her previous job. And she's in the field that she loves now, which is solutions engineering. So she wanted to meet me for coffee for what we did for her. And it was really just nice meeting and everything. So damn, that was our brand. I got her a 40K bump in pay when she was out of work, and she pivoted from a position she never liked anymore to something that's her passion. So damn, yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
so good to hear.
so rather than focusing on defining and the formalities of brand, when you give someone just a really good experience, it embeds that in their memory and they think about you forever. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Well, I love that. I think that it's incredible to hear those testimonials, those customer journeys as well. So I'm kind of curious to how you're organizing everything. Or if you're dealing with a lot of people, do you have a CRM that you prefer, or what's your method of organizing your people?
Believe it or not, nothing. We have no applicant tracking systems. We go on memory, and we work with small candidate pools. We probably at any particular time, we work with anywhere from like 7 to 10 candidates at a time. So it's easy to remember who they are. We don't have any formal software. We have no overhead. Yeah, it's a trip. And the website hasn't been updated since 2016 because Kay, we're just known, our brand's known. And then if you're looking for a job, you reach out to the bidding network. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love that. And we've been focused a little bit on marketing. I'd like to turn the focus kind of back onto you and, kind of get inside your mind of how you got started and why you got started. So, when you got started in business, how did you go? How did you make the decision to work for yourself as opposed for somebody else? And what was that transition like for you?
Oh, it was tough. I got into recruiting because I was in a period in life where I had no other options in life. And I didn't even know what recruiting was, but I needed a job and it worked out well. I liked working with candidates and stuff, but I had done well with a contingency recruiting firm. So 4 years, I'm making placements with an agency. My compensation was low. I love to tell the story. In 1998, for the company I was working for, I brought in, I think, $840,000 or $860,000. They paid me 80. And I was thinking, wow, if I were on my own, I probably would have made a good deal more. So I saved up a little money. I built up a cushion. Sometimes when you build up little cushions, it gives you the opportunity to explore risk, to take the risky opportunities in life. And back then, the safe one, I had an offer when I resigned from the recruiting firm in August of '99. I had an offer for $8,000 a month from Enron Corporation. It was an open-ended contract. And back then, that was massive money. I had 2 roommates in my house. My overall expenses, back then, everything was a lot cheaper, but my overall expenses were $1,500 a month. So I did the math. I was like, and damn, I'd be saving $6,000 a month. Wow, do that for about 4 or 5 years. I said, no, let me go contingency. Let me take a chance and see if I can't start making some placements, So
Yeah.
I had the risk. Sometimes that is a luxury. When you have the luxury of taking a risk in a certain business opportunity, heck, you give it a shot.
Wow, that's really empowering to hear
Yeah.
too. As you look back at this journey that you've been on so far, what has been a memorable roadblock or hurdle, something you were faced with that you overcame, and how did that affect you as a business owner?
Let me see. Roadblocks and hurdles. Uh, Good question. We mostly work with startups. Big tech companies can't bring us on because we're a sole proprietorship. One
Mhm.
time, Amazon jumped through a lot of hoops and brought us on as an agency. But looking back, maybe one hurdle that I never really crossed was formalizing my company more. We're just a sole proprietor. Everyone just gets paid 1099. But if I had set up an LLC or incorporated myself, or perhaps even tried to franchise out this type of model to other markets and whatnot, from a scaling standpoint, it would have been a lot more successful, I guess. I just
Mhm.
never wanted to leave my core function of recruiting and the intimacy that I have with my team. I didn't want to
Mhm.
spend day after day franchising this and that and whatnot in hopes of building a presence with 10 offices around the country. And yeah, maybe that was one hurdle I never crossed. I just never truly formalized the company, you know?
Hmm. And where do you see the company going in the next 3 to 5 years?
We're hoping right now that we are on the ebb and that things kind of pick up. One of our team members, Caleb, is doing some business development. Honestly, the beauty of it, Troy and I and Caleb and our other intern, we would love just to continue doing 25 to 30 placements a year. That
Mhm.
financially takes care of us. It keeps our brand strong. Uh, our workplace environment's really nice. We used to work at a co-working facility. Our office now is a gym, Kay, and we all just work out at lunchtime. We wear casual clothes, but we work with some of the top engineering talent in the world. You know, some brilliant individuals. And again, as rough as times are, a lead recruiter at a publicly traded company messaged us about an hour ago saying, listen, this startup in town's having a hard time finding people. I wanted to connect you with them. So we just picked up a client. Yeah. So if we just kept doing that, the joy of doing that and owning Austin's talent market, being connected to some of the best people, that brings so much incredible happiness right there, you know?
Mhm. Oh, this has been an incredible conversation. I really
Awesome. Thank
enjoyed
you.
learning about it.
Yeah.
So this is when we dive into this fun section of questions called our rapid fire questions, where you answer top of mind answers to the next 4 questions. Are
Got it.
you ready for some rapid fire?
I'll try my best. My mind moves kind of slowly, but I'll try to move quickly.
Oh, well, what the first question is, what is the key to success for you?
The key to success, honestly, what it evolved is my team. I want them to be happy. I want them to be well compensated and you know enjoy what they do, and then also to keep the brand in town where some of the top individuals, both in recruiting and engineering, when they have needs, they think of us and they come to
Hmm.
us. So that is the number one thing. You want to be first in line in terms of someone's thought and when they think of you. So we provide candidate-driven job search experiences where people enjoy it and they remember us and they come back to us and we do business again. That's number one. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And what is one piece of advice you have for other business owners?
Uh, you know, there's some incredible entrepreneurs out there. I'm big fans of Matt Howitt and Jason Cohen. They've built companies from scratch and whatnot. And if you do have a neat idea, find a couple of people that would just be incredibly loyal to you, that would follow your lead, and then they'd absorb everything the way that you do things. And then the next thing you know, you'd have 3 to 4 people working like you, and then that compounds itself. It's like 4 people almost turn into 7 to 8 people. Many years in a row, our firm has been made up of just 3 and 4 folks, but we do the volume of 8-person recruiting firms. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
find a couple of people that would follow your lead and deliver on what you're looking to do, and some pretty damn good things would happen. Yeah.
That is truth. What is one book or piece of content you've taken in that have impacted you?
Yeah, the books. Gosh, I've been reading The New Yorker since 1994. So I
Mhm.
just live off The New Yorker. The authors in that magazine are so incredible and everything like that. Um, uh, uh, damn, I can't think of any books. I'm sorry. Gosh. Wait, hold on. Troy, had you gotten me a couple of books one time? What book have you gotten me? Troy's got an incredible memory. Um, How to Think Like a Stoic. That was incredible too.
That's a great book.
It's incredible how to think, and just to kind of keep cool. So amid everything, amid the crash, 22, things started crashing. 23 was horrible. A lot of firms struggled. We've
Mhm.
been moving right along. In fact, we've already made our year. Okay, we've already
Wow.
made our year for 2024. So damn. But we're not resting on our laurels. Troy and I put in on an average 50 to 55 hours a week. He's been doing that since 2013. I've been doing it since 96. We've never burned out because we just kind of enjoy what we do. Yeah.
Yes, love what you do. And our final question in the rapid fire is if you had to choose only one area of business you could rapidly improve on tomorrow, what would it be?
Um, I am not a really good businessman. I've been kind of lucky and whatnot. I enjoy recruiting. It is a passion of mine. It's uh Troy, Caleb, and I, it's where it's known as our gift. So we stay in our gift. I seldom branch out beyond that. But I wish I had engaged more on, there were riskier opportunities of being compensated with equity rather than just cash and whatnot. And
Mhm.
since 2010, maybe that's something that I could have done better, was engage in like stock ownership from firms in terms of placements we might make, more like
Mm,
long-term strategic type compensation packages. Maybe that would have amped up our, income in some way or another. But I'm
mhm,
always just about a simple fee agreement, keep it nice and simple, and we find great talent for the
mm.
company. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that in our rapid fire section. And before we get to our final question of the day,
Yeah.
how can people find you and reach out to you?
Oh, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is fine. Yeah, our website's pretty antiquated and whatnot. And we've got the good fortune, all three of us, Caleb, Troy, and I, we've got extensive LinkedIn networks here in Austin. We've got a lot of mutual overlap with folks. Kate, I got to look and see. I mean, damn, I'm sure you and I have a ton of mutual introductions, mutual connections and stuff like that. Oh, we got 6. Yeah, better than nothing. Um, if they're ever curious, they can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to have a conversation with them about what their
Mhm.
job search is like and how I can potentially help. Yeah. In
Most
fact, yeah,
definitely.
keep me posted. Maybe you and I someday we can have a conversation. I could probably get you pretty damn connected here in town. I'd be happy to.
I will be reaching out to you. I actually have a friend who I think could really use some help. So I will
Okay.
connect with you on LinkedIn after our
Awesome.
call. And
That'd be great.
this has been so much fun. I have one more question for you before we
Yeah.
wrap up today.
Yeah.
What is most inspiring to you today?
Today, most inspiring is every day we wake up, we enjoy what we're doing, and in a very difficult landscape, we're doing well. And then something for humans that's important to us, ah, we have the freedom of working out. We exercise, and that
Mhm.
frees our minds. When kids, remember the kids in elementary school, recess was very important to go out and play so that they could have fun and whatnot. At our age, we're doing adult recess and play in the middle of the day, and that just keeps our work schedule just humming right along. So that's what we're grateful for more than anything. Yeah.
Yes, that is so true. Well, thank you so much for this great
Awesome.
conversation. It's been so fun
Likewise.
to
Thank
explore
you.
your business.
Hey, thank you, Kay. I look forward to keeping in touch. Let me know how I can help you get connected around town, and I'm happy to talk to your friend too.
Wonderful. Thanks for being on the show.
Hey, have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.